When you fly into Salt Lake City Airport and see the mountain, forests, and immense lake that surrounds the city, you might well exclaim, "This is the place." And that's what Brigham Young, the leader of the Mormon pioneers, said when he arrived at this outdoor paradise and decided to settle here in 1947 after seeing it in a vision. Your arrival will benefit from the fact that Salt Lake City Airport is consistently ranked as America's most efficient airport, and once you've checked in, adventure is never further than 15 minutes away. The valley was completely deserted when Brigham and his followers arrived, and 4 days later, the site was chosen for the iconic Salt Lake Temple. You can view the temple today at Temple Square, topped by the golden statue of Angel Moroni. Salt Lake is the most populous city in Utah and home to the headquarters of the Mormons, who comprise half of the city's 1.85 million inhabitants. Adjacent to the huge Arches National Park, Salt Lake City has since developed a strong outdoor recreation tourism industry and thrives as the industrial banking center for the United States. Getting around the city is helped by the light railway, or tram network, which is one of the most well-used systems in America. And along the way, check out the Salt Palace Convention Center, an incredible building designed by a roller coaster architect. Next up, you can see the Pony Express sculpture celebrating the high-speed horseback delivery operation, a story which still fascinates visitors today. Utah Olympic Park, located near Park City, features Olympic ski jumps as well as the bobsleigh, luge, and skeleton runs. The climate of Salt Lake City is classed as semi-arid with 4 distinct seasons. Hot and dry summers eventually turn into cold and snowy winters, with spring and fall serving as brief but welcome transitions. A yearly average of 155 centimeters of the white stuff falls between November and April, thanks to a succession of storms that roll in off the Pacific. East of the city are the Wasatch Mountains, where you'll find the Big and Little Cottonwood Canyons, along with 8 ski resorts, all within 80 kilometers of the city. Rock and Ice magazine dubbed Salt Lake America's climbing city. Why not start your Utah adventure with a visit to the exciting Momentum Climbing Center? It's easily reached by tram, only a short walk from the last stop on the Southern Line, the Sandy Civic Center. The area is home to numerous experienced climbing instructors, all with very diverse backgrounds. All the equipment you require is on hand for rent, and you can boost your energy levels with a coffee, and there's even a gym for warming up and cooling off. With 20,000 square feet of indoor climbing literally at your fingertips, you'll find an incredible variety of walls, including lead and top rope groups 40 feet tall and 13 crack climbs of varying size. Even young children are catered for, and the little ones might even surprise you with their growing abilities. Each wall features a multitude of different color-coded holes with corresponding difficulty. So the same piece of wall can be a gentle introduction for a beginner while being a near impossible 6.6 rating for the advanced climber at the same time. And there's plenty of bouldering options on the smaller walls, some completely inverted, which can be tackled safely without the need for ropes due to their lack of height from the floor. If you've been top roping for long enough to get your skills up to a 5.10, you should consider going live. Once you are fully prepared, it's time to get outside for some serious outdoor adventure. Momentum is partnered with the rock guides at Red River Adventures, who have some of Utah's most experienced and well-qualified guides on staff. Further instruction shows you how to prepare your equipment, move around on the varied rock forms, and advance up these stunning rock faces. base to crack, sport to traditional, top roping setup, and long multi-pitch technique, their guides can show you the how-to. To fully experience Utah's vast wilderness, Moab City is the place to head for. Located about 200 miles southeast of Salt Lake, it's a scenic half-day's drive down Route 191. Surrounded by the spectacular arches and Canyonlands National Parks, it's a scenic backdrop made famous in many of the films by director John Ford. A huge number of visitors come every year to see these sites, as well as use it as a base for mountain biking. Moab was where mountain biking was invented, and there's a huge number of trails surrounding the town, including famous Slick Rock Trail. For the less physically inclined, there are many options for hiring 4x4 vehicles, including Hummers, and their permits can be secured through the Visitor Center, granting access to the vast outdoor playground. Arches National Park, spanning over 120 miles, preserves over 2,000 natural sandstone arches. Much like the world-famous Delicate Arch, as well as many other unusual rock formations. They are the result of underground salt deposits which buckle the overlaying sandstone layers, turning some of it almost vertical. Millions of years of erosion have worn away the newer rock, leaving only these visible layers. Faulting occurred and whole sections of rock have subsided into the areas between the domes. A result of which one 760-meter displacement, the Moab Fault, can be seen from the Visitor Center. Together, these extraordinary features of the park create a landscape of contrasting colors, landforms, and textures that is unlike anywhere in the world. Another way to enjoy this incredible landscape is to have a go at whitewater rafting. It's organized by a variety of companies and takes place on Utah's scenic rivers as they cut and carve their way through the canyons. In fact, Utah offers some of the best and most varied rafting in the world. One such company who can help you enjoy this great pastime is High Country Rafting. They operate on the Provo River at Vivian Park, about 50 miles out of Salt Lake City. High Country will supply everything you need for your journey, including two-person inflatables for the adults and even large inflatable donuts for the kids. As the river meanders, it takes you down under groves of overhanging trees before you pass by the 185-meter-high Bridal View waterfall. With the night sun as the sun goes down, put your light on, baby. Hey, these trips don't have to be all high adrenaline, as the company is equally prepared to teach you the peaceful art of fly fishing. There are thousands of wild brown, cutthroat, and rainbows along this 6-mile stretch, and you'll get to enjoy your prize catch freshly cooked for lunch. Adjacent to the center is the Heber Historic Railroad. A train ride through the canyon can be a great start to the day, and even if you don't want to go for the ride, you'll need to pass under the railroad bridge as it stretches across the river. At the end of your day, they have a big yellow school bus to get you back upstream to the rafting center to continue your travels or to head back to Salt Lake City. So with some climbing practice indoors followed by the real thing out in the wilds, and then followed up by a more relaxing river journey, you'll have tasted some of what Utah can offer. And it really is just a taste, because the possibilities for adventure here are endless. You'll no doubt want to plan your return trip without delay. And of course, the winter season awaits you with Utah's abundant snow-covered, adventure-ready mountains just a short hop from Salt Lake City.